everybody, it's Lisa Lampanelli. Welcome to a brand new episode of Losers with a Dream. Oh my goodness, so much has happened this week that it occurred to me that these losers, aka Nick and Bo, never really stand up for themselves. They may look like men, well, at least Nick does, but sometimes they have trouble standing up for what they want. We're going to dissect why we, including myself, sometimes hold back on asserting ourselves, why sometimes when we do that, it leads to just plain old fucking aggression and yelling and things like our family and friends never speaking to us again. Speaking from experience, this isn't fun. So, if you have trouble speaking up for yourself, or even if you don't, please listen to another exciting episode of Losers with a Dream, starring the aggressive, assertive, and assholian Lisa Lampanelli. Yeah. Hey, you all know what time it is. It's Lisa Lampanelli, and it's time for the Losers with the Dream, featuring me and, two other guys, Nick and Bo. I mean, nobody cares. I mean, I'm the star. Are you kidding me? They'd be nothing without me. Losers with the Dream. You're listening, so who's the actual loser? Now sit back and enjoy Losers with the Dream. Or don't enjoy it, or don't even sit down. Shut up, burn calories.
Hello, welcome back to the Losers with Dream podcast. We are losers, and man, we got some big dreams. As you and we have big titties.
Well, you do, Nick.
My titties is gone. Your titties is lovely.
Yours look
You still have
beautiful.
tits,
Oh, dude, doesn't matter how lean I get.
You're
They're
always
for
gonna-
life.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. They're never. My tits and my ass will never leave me. No, I've been 270. I've been 170. They don't go anywhere.
And you're perfect.
But my hair's gone.
You're perfect the way you are, Nick.
It's all good. Guys, first and foremost, please. At least just chipped a tooth. Jesus Christ. She's like, get the phones out of the studio. They're too noisy.
I'm taking some Pepsid for my antacid problems. Just kidding. Go ahead, Nick.
Go to iTunes, subscribe, like, give us 5-star review, please. We really, we really appreciate it. Follow us on Spotify, on YouTube. Most importantly and newly, go to our Patreon page, okay? We have a few tiers on there. See if anything interests you, intrigues you.
Strikes your fancy.
Yeah, well, it's all for like extra content. There also you could submit questions. We could say your name on air, get a producer credit. And our highest tier is you get to have a 30-minute life coaching session with the HCIC, a.k.a. the head clam in charge, Lisa fucking Lampanelli.
Listen, people, you see how great me and Nick have progressed over the last
I don't think you're my star
6
pupils.
6 months, you know?
I think we are, though.
No, I think
we
no,
will
no,
be, honestly.
In all seriousness, you guys do listen well. The point is, when you sign up for something like a Patreon of coaching with someone, especially me, I'm going to tell you like it is. Because, see, you and Nick, Bo, you actually listen, you take it in, and you go, you know what? You may have a point. Right. So, people, if you do sign up, and obviously the spots are very limited because I only have so much bandwidth for mental illness, freaking take this seriously. I can change your life. And by the way, I would like to say that all the money on Patreon does go to charity. And by that, I mean to Nick and Bo.
Thank you.
Because really, they want to someday quit their day jobs. I don't see how that's ever going to happen.
Never.
But you know what? Thank God for Patreon. Because
right.
so far, Bo has been able to call in mentally ill for 5 days in a row from his day job.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think it's pretty good. And Nick also canceled 5 training sessions for a gay guy.
That's true.
Which I think is pretty good, too, because he didn't have to spot him. And we know what spotting him meant.
Ooh,
Yes.
yes.
I'm spotting right now.
Oh, by the way, did you guys notice I'm in the middle now?
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
It kind of makes sense.
Why was I ever sort of hanging off the edge? I think it was because
You're just
Nick,
afraid of my star power?
No, I think it was that you wanted to be able to grab Bo's nuts, and he got sick of it. And he said, Lisa, why don't you sit in the middle?
Okay. Got him.
Literally the whole podcast, you'd just be touching my nuts.
Hey, man.
I'm glad it's ending.
We need action, you and I.
We need
We're
human
single
resources.
and scrambling. That's our new podcast. Just single and scrambling for sex, dude. Scrambled eggs.
That's all we're doing, man.
That is all we're doing,
Every
baby.
night I'm
It
scrambling
actually has
away.
to do with the first segment, sort of. We'll talk about it. So, you guys ready?
You
for the
didn't
first
promote our Instagram.
Patreon.com.
Instagram.
No, we already said it. What the
No,
fuck,
but
Bo?
you gotta give the link.
Shut up! I'm gonna let Nick
You
grab
gotta
your
give it-
nuts again.
No, give it a link. No.
Instagram. Follow me at Instagram and Nick Scopes. Follow her at Lisa Lampanelli. You can follow him at Bo McDowell Comedy.
That's right. And patreon.com/losers with a dream.
Yes.
Shut up, you
Book it.
needy cunt.
Now, our first segment, book it. Now, our first segment, we usually do the mental health, right? That's a popular one. You guys like it. We love it. But not today. Today, we're doing the just blacked
You
out.
need to just have glitter on you at all times.
Dude,
just for
I
a little.
just wish I wasn't. I wish that I didn't have panic attacks before I went on stage, so that I could do this and have more fun on stage. But whatever, it's all good.
Well, you're very loose on the podcast. I think it's only a matter of time before that catches up to you on stage. I'm
I
not
think
kidding.
about it every day, honestly.
Yeah, you need to.
Just so like
You know how Bo Burnham used to just like throw glitter all the time when he'd be
Yeah.
on stage? I think you need to start working glitter into your act.
Yeah, why?
I just think it'd be funny.
Yeah, no, maybe it's been done. Like you just fucking even mentioned the guy. So maybe you derivative cunt will fucking stop with
Well,
your
he could
little
do-
cunt.
he could do
You know,
different-
yeah, who's
he could do
speaking-
different
You know
glitter.
what? I'm
You
gonna
have to do the
fucking
same, bitch.
Oh, what? A different color glitter? I'm a monkey. My name's Bo.
so. If you're interested,
This is how our writing sessions go, by the way.
I like when Bo brings a bit and I go, yeah, that's stupid. Next.
No. Remember the other day I brought a bit and I go, yeah, I could do it. And he goes, yeah, but don't do it like you do when you say the joke and you go like, that's gold.
He does like to think everything he brings is like very to the like when he delivers
if you
it on the
guys were
stage.
curious about what a life coaching session with Lisa, sign up. There's a preview.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Highest
that
tier.
money.
Get on there. Anyway, we were gonna do not the mental health check-in, not who do we fall in love with. We are doing the meathead moment of the week because Lisa does love us for multiple reasons, but she does love us because we are straight guys that are able to be more open and get in touch with our feminine side and talk about our feelings. But at our core,
Yeah.
we are meatheads once in
Yeah.
a while. We're still dudes.
You act like
straight
jerks.
guys. We act like jerks.
Idiots.
Fucking like steak. We like beers, broads, brats.
I don't think
And
you
the
like any of
Patriots.
those things.
Dude, all the bees, dude.
I like only broads. I hate beer so much. It's the worst. But
But you do make mistakes. Is what we're saying
Yes.
is we're all works in progress. We all make mistakes. And sometimes it's good. If we can talk about what we've done during the week that hasn't been in our highest good, then maybe you could feel like you could forgive yourself for yours too.
yes.
Didn't I say that real good?
That was
Yeah,
very
that was
good.
super impressive.
Listen,
Matter of
shut
fact,
up, Bo.
you wanna-
Why don't you deliver another joke like it's gold, you fucking
This is Bo and Sid.
jerk.
gold.
You guys didn't like that.
What are you laughing at?
Close to me now.
Get your hat, dude. You look
I
way
like
hotter.
that Bo 2 weeks in a row has, I need a haircut, so I wore my backwards cap like a dummy.
I look nice, I think.
You're okay.
Okay.
Anyway,
I say
listen.
we punish Bo and make him go first.
Absolutely.
Okay, what was did you have a meathead moment?
No, I'm pretty evolved now. Don't really
That's
worry
not true.
about it. Yeah, no, I had one. Last Saturday, I stayed home, and I thought to myself, well, I deserve a little food, even though I'd been eating all day.
Uh-oh.
And
You say that a
can't be
lot, I
good.
feel like.
why don't we just? This isn't a name calling session.
Well, it is.
It
a little
is.
bit. A
Well,
little bit. A
Have
little
you
bit.
been here for the last?
I thought this was a safe place. No. I ordered $30 worth of Taco Bell on Uber Eats.
Why is that bad?
Wait.
Why is that bad?
Time out.
that bad?
Are we talking $30 before all the service fees and taxes and the
No, after.
Oh, that's nothing.
It wasn't that
you
bad?
fucking
actual food?
lightweight.
No, because it's so cheap that you said $30. I'm like, that's a lot, but it's Uber Eats and it jacks up the.
I
fucking-
got 2 Crunchwrap Supremes.
Okay.
I got the Chalupa Supreme.
Right.
I got 3 soft tacos.
Did you get a
That's a
choco?
good-
Did you
that's a
get a
lot. That's a
choco
lot.
taco?
No, I got the Baja Blast.
I would
at
have
the
3
end.
tacos, and I'd be
Yeah, no,
shitting
I
for
made
2
some
days.
mistakes, and so I got it. I got it, and it was cold.
You got to go out and get
what
that
did
shit
I do?
hot.
Ask me what
I'm
I
gonna.
did.
Can I raise my hand?
Yeah,
And
go ahead.
Can I guess?
Go ahead, Lisa. I'd love to hear
You
what you
ate every last bit.
say. Like a fat pig.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I object. No, I object to you calling yourself a fat pig unless
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
Okay.
I want to say this.
Yeah, you should.
I don't have a problem with you, and this is what we'll later talk about during our main topic.
Yeah.
I don't mind that you ate the food.
Yeah.
Because we all need our little crutches now and then. But to eat a substandard delivery is the worst because you just don't like yourself enough to say, I'm going to
accept it.
honor myself with a trip to the microwave and then a call to them
need to
going,
assert yourself.
we're going, hey, dude, like this was cold. You could have had that free.
Here was my concern.
All right.
There's sour cream involved. You can't put sour cream in the microwave.
No, which is exactly why. Anyway, we'll get into this with the assertive thing. I have gotten full refunds from them because it's just how it works. They want to keep a good customer.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying to you is I don't think you should call yourself a meathead for going to food for comfort like we all do.
Okay.
What you need to call yourself a big sherm for is for not saying Uber Eats, you owe me $30.
It's true.
But leave the guy the tip anyway because he did the job.
He deserves it.
That's what I said. So you're a meathead, but for absolutely the wrong reason.
Right.
I'm glad we got there.
Thank God you're so svelte. Okay, go ahead, Nick. What did you do wrong? I can't
So-
imagine you doing
Yeah,
anything
you're
wrong.
just so
you're so
evolved.
physically and emotionally perfect.
No, I had a. I guess it's more of a meathead thought that I almost acted on, and I didn't. But I couldn't believe that I was like, "What are you doing, dude?" Like it was one of those like, "You're a idiot." Like if I really was anyway. So it was, this past weekend, everyone has COVID, so no one was doing anything. It was New Year's. I wasn't doing shit, and there was a girl I was dating a few months back, whatever, and I was like, you know what? Let me shoot her. Like, we only had sex one time, and it wasn't my best performance, and those things bother me.
Oh, what a jerk.
This is who I am. I did it. I'm so glad I did
Are
it.
you serious? That was really what came through your mind. You were like, I didn't put my best foot forward.
Dude, I'm the same
She
way with
deserves the
comedy.
best,
I'm
yeah.
not even that. I was just like, she made it clear to me.
I can't have her walking around thinking I'm a B
Yes.
player when I'm an A player.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is exactly my fucking issue. And I like was sitting there, and I was like, should I text her? And then I was like, and then I stopped. I go, I can't even believe I'm thinking this.
Yeah.
Like I can't even believe this is like I was like if I was out drinking, I was 2 drinks away from being like, hey, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I even would be like she ended things with me, so like it's like cool. You don't want to date. Can I just get one more shot at the title? Because I really was not my best, and I'm really sorry, but that's just how I am, dude. Like
I get
could
that,
have
It's competitive.
comedy. I could
Yeah.
have sets where like, do really well, and I'm like. And like get off stage, people are like that was so great. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it is, and I'm happy and I feel good. But I'm like, that one joke was not as
Right.
That's who I am.
But see, that's good and healthy because you want to be at your best. But here's my question. When you didn't show this girl the time of her life the way you thought you should, did you pout in the back seat like after your Gotham set? And
No,
did you torture
Is
the
that why
people
she
with
hates you?
And you just sat in
No,
the back?
it was all fine. I just was like, that's not my best.
It's just
Can I
Nick
just
on
ask
the edge
real
of the
quick?
bed.
Can I just ask real quick? Because I don't know this, all this modern sex stuff. But like, when you don't do as well as you wanted to, why don't you that night just be like, "Hey, let's do this again"? Like, why didn't you do that?
I don't know. I think we were just like chilling and talking. And by the time after, it was like 10:30, and she's like, all right, I have to. And she's like, all right, I'm gonna leave. And I was like, okay.
Sometimes it's hard to rev the engines back up again.
Yeah,
You know, you gotta
I was
take out all
like,
the
there's part of me,
machinery.
and I was in my head already.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need like a little
Can
break.
I just ask?
Although
too,
sometimes
though?
you do a quick run back. That's
No one needs to
I've
picture you
had.
that way.
I'm
No,
just
gross.
contributing to the conversation.
Please
I'm on
don't.
the podcast too.
Maybe
okay?
you're not
We fuck,
anymore.
dude.
You're fired.
No, we fuck.
Okay.
We fuck, dude.
Nick, let me ask you this though. I don't want details, obviously, because I'm skeeved by all this.
Explicit.
No, what made it not your best? Not physically, but how did you know and when did it dawn on you? What was it about the encounter?
was it when she was
wasn't-
crying?
Let's put it this way. without being
When
too
she said,
graphic.
"Is it in yet?"
I wasn't.
I've been in for 12 hours.
I wasn't at my full potential.
Okay.
Oh,
so
you were playing with a
had-
half rope there.
Yeah, I love that term.
Can I ask why?
Which I was-
What is that? What is that? Like, why does that occur with men?
I don't know. I think because I actually liked her and I was in my head and I was like, okay, like this.
Yeah,
is like,
yeah.
It's like
You can only work it to about quarter and a half mass.
Quarter and a half.
I was like a 70%er and I was like, I'm so much better than this. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is happening?
So you just threw it in there anyway.
You have to.
Listen,
What are you
man,
gonna do?
it's game time. You just gotta fucking go. But after that, after that with other people, I was like, everything's been fine. I'm like,
Yeah.
where were these when I needed them? And I because I'm nuts. I truly am nuts. I was like, all right, what did I eat that day? What were my supplements like?
Oh, it's all
What
mental.
did-
You know it's got
what
nothing to
did-
do with that.
Yeah. I was like, what did I take? What did I? And then, dude, today I even thought about a girl this summer. We had sex twice. I came so quick
Ew.
that I was like, and I literally thought
Today?
about it for 5
Thinking-
seconds. I just went, man, fucking damn.
Yeah. Dude.
Why, how
have-
did this podcast turn into this?
It happened to me recently.
Shut up, both of you.
Went too
turned-
quick.
It just happens, man.
Sometimes you just fire off. You go, I
And
blew
all
it.
the pressure's on the guy. I don't give a fuck what anyone
Hey,
says.
but then every now and then you have a good outing. You walk home, you go,
Oh,
hey, look
dude.
at me,
yeah, but I had an
Wait
outing
a
with a
minute.
girl I didn't like as much. I really liked the
Oh,
other
it's
girl.
It always, it's always.
So
with the one,
I was in my
By
head.
the way, Bo, when are you walking home? When are you walking anywhere? You're a large
should have walked
man.
the Taco Bell. Keep the food warm.
Yeah, no kidding. And by the way, Uber Eats, I know you're not listening, but Bo deserves a discount.
That's true. That if we could get
And
some
sponsor
sort of,
us.
yeah, some sort of payment for my grievances over there.
By the way, those things you ordered sounded super gross, other than the
What do you
Taco
mean?
Bell.
You don't
are
like a
gross.
Crunchwrap?
Gross.
I don't even understand what
do
that
you mean?
means.
You
I don't like.
think-
I don't. I
It's
think
one of
there's
the
too
great
much going
sandwiches
on.
of our time.
I agree.
Mexican food should be simple and understated,
No,
just
it-
like my outfits.
Yeah,
It's one of
it's
the
true.
great sandwiches ever made.
That's not a sandwich.
dude. It's a fucking discus
You hold it.
with
a
sour cream and
Frisbee.
cheese. It literally is. It's just like
Yeah,
a
dude.
fucking.
Oh, I'm
It's a
sorry.
made-up
I'm sorry. I was
flavor.
trying to relive my youth for a second.
Well, maybe
Just
you
have a nice
shouldn't, because
time.
that was fueled by cocaine and broken dreams.
I want to
And broken bed frames.
Lisa, what's your meat?
I didn't have one. I'm physically
You're
and
nailing it to
emotionally
the wall?
perfect. No, I really thought.
I'm
I
nailing it
thought
to the
and I
wall.
thought and I thought. And do you know, in the past few weeks, I think I have been above board. So my meathead moment might be that I am so delusional that I think I didn't have any. So if anyone who is listening has had an encounter with me where I didn't act properly in the last few weeks, please get in touch with me.
1-800.
And let me know what
Call
I've done.
Lisa.
Because I'm trying to think. I have
Calamity
been,
Clan.
Okay, I will tell you what I have been in one way. This
Yeah.
wasn't meathead, but I have noticed, and Bo might be able to help me with this. I've noticed my tendency lately to gossip a lot.
It's been a gossip.
I love hearing about people who are doing fucked up shit in my acquaintance group.
Yep.
I love calling them out on their weirdness
Yep.
and their mental illness. And I mean, I have that in quotes, mental illness, because some of them just pretend they have it just so they
Yeah,
could get
yeah.
away with crazy beliefs. So I think maybe my only thing was I knew I had a long drive with somebody. It was going to be an hour and 10 minutes each way. And I go, we're shifting right to gossip for that car ride. So the whole time I was a big yenta, and I'm like,
Yep.
so what's going on with insert name of mentally ill broad here? So I think my meatheadedness, because in my mind, I know the saying, small people talk about people, big people talk about things and events and ideas.
Right.
So I really felt it was beneath me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but like,
Listen, I understand.
you feel dirty when you talk gossip,
Well, this is-
correct?
we had
We've
this-
discussed this.
Yeah. Well, me and Lisa had a conversation the other night. for
All about Nick, and we felt very dirty.
Yes, it was from 1 to 2 a.m. and it was just us going, nah, these people, and
Yeah.
it was whoever in our life we needed to. And at one point, I go, sometimes like when we get too on the character assassination
Right.
level, I get like a little.
Yeah, but I didn't
Just
like
don't
the
feel
fact
like it.
too that you kind of were a little blamey, like it was my fault.
No, I didn't say it was your fault.
You
I
didn't
did
say
not.
it, but you had that meathead
You're taking that
implication.
on.
That's your second meathead
No,
thing.
you're taking that
You were
on.
almost like, I gotta go. I feel a little dirty from talking about people.
No,
So
no.
it was almost like, oh, if you had just let
You
me sit here
internalized that.
and molt and order taco smell and jerk off to the fucking sour cream and put it up my asshole and then watch King of Queens and wish that I was fingering him in the asshole, then maybe it's all Lisa's fault.
Well, I think you took that in a different way.
Did I imply too much? Did I infer too much?
I think that was your meathead moment.
I think you're absolutely right. No, but yeah, the gossip is bad. What is it, though, that makes us so... Because there's a difference between brainstorming on how to handle your life and straight up that person's just a fucking douchebag and it's really mental.
It's so great to talk shit about other
Why?
people. Because it's the superiority thing. It's like being like, yeah, I'm just so much better than them.
Killing it,
man. And for the most part, it's true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am better than some of the people you were talking about.
That is true. He knows most of these people. I know.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, look at me. Not such a big idiot these days.
Okay, is this meatheady?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this person in my life, and I cannot stand that she's unreliable and cancels a lot. That's not my thing. I'm not into it. Once you have a plan, you have a plan. I'm not saying you can't cancel, but if your pathology is that it happens all the time, I can't have it. What was it meatheady of me? See, now I'm going back over the week. I was a meathead twat. She put out again another notice. Hi guys, would you all be up for coming over in January? And everybody answered except me, and I'm like punishing her. Is that a meathead thing? What would be the right thing to do?
Just be honest and say that you don't feel like doing it because you feel like she constantly cancels. Yeah, and
that makes me feel bad.
Yeah, and tell her how it makes you feel, and yeah.
Why are you laughing?
No, because it just sucks.
It's
does.
Not fun.
Well,
because you're so acting stupid. Like it comes so natural.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that's what you should do. I don't want to do that.
And I had mentioned to one of the other people, should I do that? And they're like, she won't be able to hear you.
Yeah, well, then that person is just, you know what? It doesn't matter. You say your part. That's for you. It's not for her.
Okay, well, I will. Fuck that bitch.
You can't own her experience of what you say.
I think basically we've learned today so far that I am delusionally unmeatheadish, but I'm actually very meatheadish. I just need Bo to draw out how fucked up I am.
That's how I do it.
That's
I'm here for you.
Wow. Thanks for letting me count on you.
Life coaching sessions for me half price. That's how we
true.
do it.
Yeah. Pay Bo so you could be a drunk who goes to meetings.
Pay Bo, and 30% of that pay will go right to Taco Bell.
That's
there
right.
you go. 900%, right. You mean.
But seriously, I should have my own coaching.
I mean, if you want, you can.
Yeah. You think so?
Okay, everybody write in. If you'd rather be coached by Bo than me, feel free to.
Just as from a discounted perspective, if you just want to pay less.
If you want online training, I'm down.
All right, we're going to be back. We have a big topic today, which is...
self-assertion.
Oh, not insertion.
No, that's next week.
Definitely. We'll be right back, losers with a dream.
Hello, welcome back to Lose with a Dream podcast. We are losers, and we have big dreams.
Big old dreams.
And we are going to assert ourselves and say we're going to accomplish those dreams. Put your hand in, Bo. I believe in your strength, your courage, your love.
I believe in your butt, your tits, and your cunt.
What?
Yes. And that's the episode. So today we are talking about self-assertion.
Interesting.
Right?
This is interesting.
This came up yesterday because yesterday we were at the diner.
Yeah.
Planning our episodes for the week, trying to think of, just masterminding our lives, dude, selling and buying Bitcoin. And we were just
cryptocurrency.
Crypto.
NFTs.
Buy, sell, NFTs, high,
NASDAQ.
low, NASDAQ, all those things, right?
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, me, Lisa, and Bo. Okay.
Sorry.
It's over. Me, Lisa, and Bo are sitting at our usual spot.
Yeah.
Table in the corner. It's a nice big booth.
That's right.
Spread out, talking about all the things, like planning our Patreon. Go subscribe. And .com/Pornhub. And we were sitting there, and then a large family came over. And I don't mean that. I just meant there was a lot of them. Not their size.
Greeks.
Before anyone gets mad.
It was Greeks.
Okay. Let's not
It was Greeks. I'm
Greeks,
just
which is
saying it was
basically
Greeks.
people that the words of my father, is fake Italians.
That's
what
right.
he
Yeah.
always says.
They're gross.
So,
Feta cheese
anyways,
bandits.
we get it, man. You're edgy. Got it.
I wasn't edgy.
Cool, dude. Any more race jokes? So anyway, we're sitting there in the corner. Okay, these people are loud, and I was just
They're
like,
very loud.
ugh, whatever. And I'm just eating.
Yeah.
Bo and I are eating, right? I'm enjoying a nice pickle and coleslaw.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going for that coleslaw.
I was swallow that pickle whole. Lisa looks at us. She just goes, "This isn't bothering you. You don't want to move."
Yeah.
And me and Bo are so nervous. We were like, "No,
It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's fine. We can just stay here. Like, why do we have
Yeah.
to do that?" She's like, "You've never moved in a restaurant?"
Yeah.
And we go, "No." We just kind of. She's like, "Oh, I never even give the first seat
No, dude,
that they give me."
the best is she goes, "Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? They just came, sat us right in our cunt." It was nice.
They really mother's cunted us.
Yeah. And we were like, all right.
So
And
we were like, okay, I polished off the coleslaw.
You
and
did.
I
You went
polished off
ham.
Bo's pickle. And then Lisa just picked up her shit and walked to the complete other side of the restaurant, and we moved booths. And I was so
Yeah.
nervous at first. And then we got over there, and I was like, oh, this is nice.
It was nice.
This was a good move. And then as we were over there, they were getting louder
Yeah.
and yelling. And they're like, hey, hoppa, hey, whatever, throwing cash on the floor and dancing some shit.
Yeah.
Which is a thing they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we got on the topic of self-assertion,
Right.
right? Like for you and I, as we said before with your Taco Bell experience,
Yes.
you just ate it cold.
Yeah.
You just
I'll
were
take
like,
what I'm given.
nah, this is it.
I will take what I'm given.
Oof.
It's how it is.
Yeah.
Listen, one time I was at this restaurant down south, and I was sitting with two of my friends, and I ordered a burger, and I got this burger that was just, I mean, it was unedible. Like it was
Rare. It was not
Yeah,
cooked.
it was just mush.
Yeah, that
Like
you
it was-
gotta.
yeah. And I'm sitting there, and I take a bite, and I'm like, oh god. Then I like show it to my friends, and they're like, dude, you gotta. And they're like, yeah, you gonna say anything? And I was like, what's the point of that? Because my whole thing is like, you never send food back because they're gonna spit in it or
No.
something could happen. Yeah, I just don't. I go, you know what? I'll take what I'm given. And my buddy, so I wasn't at the point where I was like willing to like do anything. So he was like, listen, you have to do it. You have to say something. And if you want to make it easier, what you'll do is you'll go, hey, I never do this, but my buddy is forcing me to do this. And then I like said, hey, this burger's too rare. Right? So that's what I did. I go, listen, I never do this. My buddy is forcing me to say something to you. I don't want to say anything to you, and it's okay if you don't want to do anything about this.
Right.
But this burger is just not, I can't eat this.
Bad.
And yeah, and then he came, he was like, oh, it's fine, and they fixed it, and then it was fine. But I just don't, I'm not usually, like, I hate complaining. Then there's parts of my life where I like complaining. You know that.
Yeah, we all do.
Right. But for the most part, to any like sort of staff, anybody who like is working a essential job these days, it's like I don't want to put anything on you because it's just like I feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm like I can't. Even when I was drinking, I always felt bad making the bartender like, can you grab me another thing and I need another thing. You know what I mean? Just keep asking.
Yeah.
Like it's just I'm like I could just get it. I could get it, like I feel bad.
I could do it, Dad.
Yeah, I don't want to make you. I don't want to put you out.
Right.
Like literally, I'm always feeling like I don't want to put you out. That's why I don't go to bed and breakfast. By the way, because the people normally live there, and you feel like you're like going into their home. Very bizarre experience. More a fan of the hotel.
Oh yeah, the hotel. Yeah, you just go send it. I need 4 pillows,
Like,
extra pillows.
The idea of living in someone's space, and then also paying them, and they're like working for you. It's like, ugh,
yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know for me, most of the self-assertion things, the top ones that I thought of immediately was just in relationships,
Yeah.
not being like, hey, mostly in relation to traveling.
Yeah.
And spending money. Like when I look back at when I was with my ex-girlfriend and she was like, I want to go to Italy. And the fact that I thought, yeah, I should do that.
Yeah.
When it was really not
You weren't able to go.
financially possible.
Right.
But I was like, okay, I'll do it. Like looking back at that experience, I cannot even believe that I was like I was 4 months in. I did love her, and I was just like,
Right.
why
But you were only 4 months into that relationship?
Oh, I mean, later on was the trip that was like
okay.
8 months in. But she suggested it 4 months in, and I was like, yeah, no, totally.
Oh, that's too early to go on a trip.
And I was like, yeah, she's like, I like doing this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no.
Whatever. Yeah. It was, and I did it, and I just was like, I couldn't believe why I was like, well, no, that's how it works. What kind of ended it for us is we got back from that trip, right? And about 2 weeks after that, she goes, hey, next weekend, my friends are going to go skiing in Vermont. Are you down? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I just spent. No, I'm dead until March, probably.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do anything. And then it just spiraled from there. And I was like,
Right.
oh, she just wants to do things. It doesn't even matter with who.
Yeah,
she just wants to...
she expects you to be on the lifestyle that you've done.
Yeah. I'm not
We've
like
heard
that,
this.
man.
We've gone
I
over.
like the routine. But, yeah, so like not asserting myself with that, or even just like certain things. Like I've had exes that are like, I just really want to go to like a nice dinner, and like I shouldn't have just been like, hey, it's like I just paid my loans, I really can't.
Yeah.
This time, the fact that I didn't do it is mind blowing now.
Well, the reason why you're not doing it is because you feel some sort of shame.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that makes sense. It's not like it's coming out of nowhere that you don't feel like it is the same thing with me, like, not wanting to get the burger cooked. It's like, I just feel shame that I'm not enjoying it to the level that I feel like I should. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not, I need help. I don't need help.
Yeah.
I don't want help,
Right.
So I get that, dude. And you should assert yourself though, with any partner that you have. And I think that I've probably been a little bit better than you with that, maybe.
Yeah.
I think like just overall with women, I'm a little more like upfront about what I am and who I am, and a part of that
now, thank God.
Yeah, and I think that's good. And then also it can be a little like it can really put women off pretty fast, which is fine.
Hey man, you know who's in or who's out.
Right, exactly.
We don't have time. Clock's ticking, dude.
Yes.
Bo's heart is not going to last that long. So we...
Do you know what I've always wanted to do in terms of dating, though? Is I've always wanted, like, if you sit down to meet a girl and she doesn't look like the photo, or if she's, a little on the,
Don't. Because
yeah.
you're on the
I know.
side.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying you sit down and you go, I expected something.
Yeah, there's definitely the false advertising's not good. Guys do it too. I know some guys that do it too. It's not great.
The good thing about me is there's literally videos of me on everywhere. Like I can't hide. Like,
dude.
There's no photos I can take that can hide the thousands of videos.
That's the thing with us, dude. If a girl like matches with us on a dating app and sees like she could just go to our Instagram or listen to this, and just know everything she needs to know.
Right.
There's actually some girls who I've been on dates with. They're like, I listened to like 2 of the podcasts, and I was like, stop.
Yeah, because they start to learn too much.
Yeah, they start to. You don't need to know all that.
Right.
Okay. Yet.
But I wish that like when sitting down and on a date where I'm like, this is not working, or I'm not interested.
Yeah.
I wish I could just go, you know what? Let's just wrap it up. Get out of here. Like it would.
Have you ever walked out?
No, of course not. I've never walked out of any situation. You know what I mean? Like
I've rushed a little. Been like, yeah, I'm full. And then like, I did that once, dude. Actually, real quick story.
Yeah.
When I was 23, I was out hammered at a bar. Remember Black Bear in Sono?
Sure, of
South
course.
Norwalk.
Yeah,
what a spot.
Of course.
So I'm dancing with this girl who I think is supposedly hot, whatever, making out. Got her number. I'm going to take her out.
Okay.
Go to sushi. It's
sush.
got some sush. It's a place where it's like all you can eat, but it's actually like very good. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I get it, and I get out of the car, and she gets out of the car, and I go, "Oh, okay,
Oh,
a little different."
So you were looking at her with the drunk goggles.
Yeah.
And
then we sit down, and she was like, "You like this place?" I go, "Oh my God!" And it's true. I was like, "I love this place. Like I could eat. Like I just rip through. I really love it."
Right.
And she started talking. and she's talking about like we were talking about some mutual people we knew.
Yeah.
And then she kept saying about how like that guy we knew a mutual friend, some dude, and she was like, yeah, he was like so into me.
Oh,
And then every mutual friend I brought up, she kept saying how into her, and I was like, oh no.
It's crazy just like how many guys are like in
Yeah,
these
dude.
days. Yeah.
And then I was like, had one little round of sushi, and I was like, man, I'm full. And she's like, I thought you said you could eat a lot. I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty full. And then it ended, paid, and I was like, all right, I'll call you. And then I was home 30 minutes later
Yeah.
playing Madden with my buddy.
I mean, that's how you got to do it, though. Like, you have to assert yourself. I mean, anytime anybody, asked me to go out or do anything, especially when I was in college, I would just feel this need of like, oh, yeah, no, I'll be there. You know what I mean? Instead of like being like, oh, do I actually want to do that? Do I want to do these things? You know what I mean?
No.
And I think the older you get, inevitably, the better you get at asserting yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's just the less you care about what other people think.
Oh,
Because really, that's all this is like, the more I care what you think, the less I'm going to speak up for myself.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like, oh, I have to impress you. We have to, you know what I mean? Like I have to put on airs, as they say. You know what I mean? Like, but if I don't care what you think about me, then I'm just going to be 100% authentic, and there's no way I wouldn't stick up for myself.
Right.
Which is not easy to do all the time.
No, not at all. But dude, I mean, it's so important. I could tell you right now. I think of times where, like, just things that have happened recently, and I think about the person I was even 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And being able to assert myself. I mean, it just feels better. Like even with family.
Yeah.
Even with like I know we're talking a lot about like dating and asserting yourself and like whatever at a restaurant, but even with like family,
right?
To just be like, listen,
yeah.
I get it. I know you've raised me and you know me my whole life. I understand. Yeah. Okay. But, at some point
we got to pull the plug here.
Yeah. At some point it's like, okay, what do you want me to do here?
Right.
I'm an adult. You know what I mean? Like even after I remember after holidays this past year, cousins are texting back and forth and everyone's like, did you hear what so-and-so said? And I'm like, hey, who cares, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
You're not falling into the crowd. You're
yeah.
Not, like,
tell them
yeah.
then. Tell them, like, listen, I don't like this. Set boundaries.
Right.
Do what you got to do.
Well, it also goes back to like that whole like needing to be liked. Like when we talk about like lying, how we would always lie, and we did. this
I like that shit too.
Yeah. It's just everything anybody says. You immediately are like, yeah, no, I like it too. I like it too.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it so much.
And that was how we originally dated, right? Which is why we didn't date a lot. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yeah, what you said, sweet. Let's date. Yeah. Can I touch it? You know what I mean? And now it's like,
what you said, sweet.
Yeah, and now like we're more assertive. And that's what these clams are into.
Oh, my
God. So I think if we could take anything from this little lesson that me and you have devised, I would say that, clams like an assertive fella.
You're both pussies.
No, but they do.
That was our life.
You got to be a little. That was our, tier 5 on our Patreon. If you're interested.
Do you want to be called a pussy?
Yeah. Do you need that in your life? Then fucking sign up. All right, we are going to take a quick break, a quick one. I'm asserting that it's a quick one. We're going to bring on
I love it when you're assertive.
Our head clam in charge,
HCIC,
candle expert, Lisa Lampanelli.
MMA enthusiast.
She loves the MMOs.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to Loser with a Dream podcast. We are losers, and we got
big dreams.
I like that. That was good. We should do that more often. Yeah.
That was really beautiful.
You're so assertive.
You are. You guys, this is a great topic because honestly, it literally came out of our asses yesterday when you guys, I was shocked that you guys, that it would have never occurred. I wasn't unappalled because I think it's very natural for guys your age or people your age. I was shocked that you didn't know it was okay to move.
Yeah.
Because you kind of explained what it was, But literally, I'm not even exaggerating. The place was empty.
Yeah, it was
and
crazy.
It's huge, a huge empty diner. And literally, they seat the cast of My Big Fat Greek Wedding next to us, which, by the way, is never a problem to just sit close to people. But they were really loud, which, by the way, they get to be loud.
Harry.
There's nothing wrong with that they were loud. And the fact is, it was our problem if we didn't move.
Yeah.
So I think a big thing with assertion just in general is it's our problem that we're not establishing this, and somebody said boundary before, as a boundary. It helps people see what we will and won't put up with.
Yeah.
So by acting like, oh no, but I'm too nice to send my food back, that's people defaulting on their own abilities to get and have what they want.
Yes.
So basically, Bo, I know you have so much insight into so many things, but I think you only, because of your age, take it to a certain level. So
Right.
you talked about getting the hamburger.
Yeah, the hamburger.
You talked that it was rooted in shame, the fact that you
Shame.
didn't send it back.
Felt
But
shame.
here's where you fall short and where you're completely willing, I'm sure, to continue the conversation when you go, I felt shame over, and then I just wanted to throw up because you're like, I felt ashamed that I was doing. Oh, wait, that's my Nick impression. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't. Okay.
Just in case you need a general.
Yeah, dopey
passion.
bro.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Take it to the zoo.
I felt shame that I wasn't enjoying the burger. Okay, even you know that sentence doesn't make any sense. You did not feel shame,
I feel shame.
that you weren't enjoying the food. You felt shame, but here's where we need to dig a little deeper, and you're
Okay.
always up for doing this, so I have no
I'm
problem with
trying.
this. The deep shame is why you didn't send it back.
Right.
And the shame is rooted in I don't feel like I deserve better. I
Right.
feel I'm a less than. I feel like I am someone who doesn't deserve good things.
Yeah.
So that makes us not speak up. If we didn't move that seat the other day at the diner, it's we don't feel we deserve to have a decent experience at this
Right.
place. We deserve to suffer.
Yeah.
So I always found it really sad about my parents when they wouldn't treat themselves and demand, good service. I
Yeah.
remember I was so touched once. My mother came home and she must have been 80 at the time, which is late to learn this. And I felt so sad because I can't believe it took her this long. And I was
Yeah.
she was so proud of herself. Like it was a really cute moment.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, you're going to be so proud of me, Lisa." And this is when the child becomes the adult.
Yeah.
I felt like she wanted my respect and she earned it. She goes, they sat me and Daddy towards where the bathrooms were. And I said, I want to move to that other seat. And she was so proud of herself. And I was like, oh my God, let it not take me this long.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I have
been
erred on
doing
the
that,
side
yeah.
of doing it the wrong way, which is literally sitting in that seat by that bathroom or with that noisy bunch of people
Yeah.
till I was so annoyed that I snapped and screamed at everybody. We basically at the diner, my mother in her position, saved people from our worst traits, which
Right.
is aggressiveness.
Yeah.
So assertive is so much better than aggressive, but at some point it's going to turn out one of those two ways.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because then we're going to be aggressive, even if it's not outward, we're going to be aggressive towards ourselves.
Right.
So if you didn't eat that hamburger, didn't send it back,
Maybe my blood boils and then I end up punching some guy in the
well,
parking
seriously,
lot.
like we take it out on other people.
I mean, I don't think I would have done that. But
No, or you
yeah.
would have overeaten at home.
Yeah.
Stuff that you didn't want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would have ordered $50 of food from Taco Bell, which was badly cooked.
You're
Call
upping
back.
it, upping
But
it.
even so, even if we let it go a little longer, and even if assertiveness feels like it's so hard, you just little experiments on it.
No, it's really positive. I think it's a really positive form of self-love
Right.
and self-care to be like, hey, this isn't acceptable to me, and like I deserve to have a nice place to sit. I deserve to have a burger that's cooked well, right? Like,
Right.
but I think there's just a lot, and I think it's rooted in me. And I was thinking about this from just childhood, where you're like, the rub some dirt on it kind of thing, where
Right.
it's like I didn't deserve Band-Aids. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like when I was a kid, like you get hurt or something, they'd just be like, no, man, rub some dirt on it, get back out there. Like that was always like,
Right.
like lead with your head when you tackle in football. And if you get a concussion, don't tell anybody. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
kind of the way it was always brought up. So I was just like, oh yeah, like I guess I just do that in other ways where I just bulldoze through life, getting exactly what I deserve, which is nothing.
What you think you deserve,
Right.
Because you do deserve great things. The problem is you quote take what you're given,
Yes, that's
and
it.
those things like sitting in the loud section, sitting in the this, taking the food that isn't cooked properly, being in line and having somebody cut in front and saying, nicely saying, "Oh, excuse me, I was here first."
Right.
Those aren't bad, but we've been brought up to be like, "Oh my God, that was bitchy." And by the way, there's nothing worse. I'm so glad you guys rarely say this, and if you do, I fucking hate it. When men say, "Oh, I was just being nice. I'm the nice guy. I'm the nice guy. Nice guys finish last." Yeah, because you're little cunts who don't speak up for yourselves, and I don't blame the girl for asking you to go on the second
Right.
trip.
Well,
If you had said no from the start about Italy, which I love how people from Italy say Italy, if you had caught that, maybe the 3 little trips like to Vermont or to this or that, that's more in your speed. But we have to make the mistake first, like you did, and then catch yourself and not go, "I did it because I'm a nice guy."
Yeah, and I think,
You did it, and you didn't say that. But I'm saying there's plenty of men who do
Yeah,
that whole,
sure.
"But I'm nice."
yeah.
Nice
You
is-
took advantage of me because I'm just a nice guy. I'm just a nice, sweet boy.
I made
Yeah.
the choice. I made the choice.
Yeah, we all know
Right.
we
I
take
never- You
You
responsibility.
stepped into that.
I-
But here's the thing. I think
Head
the
first.
way that you probably said no on the second one was you were saying it out of lack, like we always talk about. So I think if you had asserted yourself honestly on that second one and go, you know what, this and this, instead of like I just did this and gone straight to aggression, she might have taken your second response with more respect.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I think that there's better ways. Like sometimes we assert ourselves in the wrong way, right?
For sure. For sure.
So
Like it's too aggressively. It tips over. Like when you were talking about dating and having the short date, and you said to me the other day, you go, could you ever walk into a date, look at a guy and say, "Yeah, no, this is not for me"?
Yeah.
I said, I think so. I would obviously say it nice.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sure he's thinking the same fucking thing. I mean, there's nobody more disappointing than me. But the fact is, you just kind of look at somebody and go, "Yeah, this probably isn't going to work
Right.
out." But again, mean what you say what you mean, don't say it mean. Hey, this is probably not going to work out.
Right.
Isn't an insult.
No.
It's just saying, well, we both look a lot different than our pictures, so I guess this isn't what's
Yeah.
right for us.
Right,
Which I
right.
think is a badass way to do it. I remember telling you guys how I used to go on dates back with the internet shit in the 50s.
Right.
In the 50s. In the 1937, in the 1930s.
What's
During
a sock hop?
Prohibition, we used to go to a
Yeah.
speakeasy, you knock on the door, you give them the password.
Yes. And so I'd go like when I was like it was in my 40s.
Yeah.
And I'd go to the same place every date.
The Chinese spot.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't get raped. And those Asians, they're good. I just knew I was in a safe place, which was
Yeah,
across
yeah.
from the comic
They do
strip.
karate. So
Yeah. So I was like, okay. I remember one time a guy just after like 40 minutes, all he did was talk about his ex. And I said, yeah, wrap it up, make those egg rolls to go. And by the way,
that coffee to go.
maybe if I had not put up with it for 45 minutes, maybe
Yeah.
it would have been 20 minutes, it wouldn't have been as loud. So basically, we're
Right.
saving people from our aggression by just asserting.
Well, do you think a lot of it's just self-awareness of knowing, like, ooh, my boiling, I'm about
Yeah,
half
yeah,
a
I'm
boil.
starting to feel it.
I'm about 3/4 boil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just knowing where you're at.
Sure, and sometimes you don't catch it. The other day, I was confirming something by email, and the woman said, "Okay, here's your new contract," and it was supposed to be a reservation for like 9 people, and she
Yeah.
had it for 30, and it was clearly just a typo.
Yeah.
But it still made me so mad, and I don't know why. Probably because I didn't want to go to the thing in the first
Right,
place
right.
because I hadn't asserted myself that I didn't want to go.
You're doing too much for this whole thing.
Yeah, and I email back and I go, "This is out of control. I am considering canceling this entire event. This is ridiculous. And the second I hit send, I go, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I literally called her. I go, is this Sophie? And she's like, yep. And I go, it's Lisa. I'm an idiot. I sent you an overly aggressive email and I want to apologize. She goes, I didn't get it yet. I go, feel free to delete that, but I do want to apologize. And she goes, yeah, that was my mistake. I was wrong. And I go, dude, don't even apologize. And it all worked out. But in other words, I'm always going to make a mistake like that.
Yeah.
Might be a weekly thing.
Good.
But then to catch it and call her, that's all we can really do.
All you can do.
By the way, those people were so loud. I'm just saying. At that time,
was
I
insane.
could not believe it. And the thing is, people who are loud. I wonder, did you, Nick? Because I think you were the least you out of the three of us, you bought into it the least about the move.
Yeah, that's true.
What were you thinking? Was it like, oh my God, they're going to talk about us. They're going to think we're high maintenance. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What were you thinking? Who was going to be mad at you and about what?
I mean, looking back at this point, I'm like, who gives a shit?
No, of course. But
in
that's
that
in your
moment-
head. But what was in your heart? Like, are they going to be mad? Are they going to think we're high maintenance? Are they going to?
I just think, honestly, I was just having like a nice, like quiet Sunday and everything was good. And then I was like, if we move and these people say, like, I'm having a good day.
Yeah.
If they say something like.
So you were afraid they were going to say something.
I just didn't want anyone to fuck with my homeostasis. And I also,
But wasn't sitting there doing exactly that and worse?
I guess, yeah. I would have. It
Maybe
would have
Couldn't
been.
have
louder.
concentrated.
It would have been. It would have been tough. It would
They
have been
broke
tough.
plates.
Oh.
They were enjoying that dance that they do
Oh,
with that
Gus showed up, did a
handkerchief.
show.
Yeah. Well, because a few of the reasons that I saw, like, why we don't assert ourselves. First of all, it's fear of hurting other people. Honestly, these people were not bad people.
No.
They clearly were a cute family who were having a good time. There was a grandma.
Adorable.
I even
They didn't even give a fuck, by the way, when we moved.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
there
even
was
think
a
they
no.
noticed.
There was I noticed everything. There was an enormous silence as we moved.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it literally was the way to shut them down. But then I had to get over that fear early on of being talked about.
Yeah.
So did it feel a twinge of, they're talking about us and rolling their eyes? Yeah, but who cares? But if you don't deal with that twinge, you're never going to move.
Honestly, for me, it was more just like the laziness of being like, oh, we can't move. We have to stay here. This is where they sat us.
So you had
You
the low
literally,
self-esteem.
yeah, it's the low self-esteem of just like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And it's not even like they're going to talk about me or they're going to be upset. It's just like, I can't change you know what I mean? Like, I don't have control. And a lot of it's like, I just think, I'm like, oh, I don't have control over my own life. I don't, like, I'm not going to be the one
you're
to go.
all too easily giving up control then.
Yes.
So instead, now though that we did move, suppose that had been your idea to move and we did it in the mannerly way we did it. Because we even moved our own plates. A lot of times I'll just say to the waiter, hey man, could you bring these over for us?
Right.
Which is basically fine either way. Didn't you feel, wow, I just took some control of my own life? And that's how you build that muscle.
No, I did. I felt like, oh, well, look at me.
Well,
Taking charge.
Well, no, but you didn't. I did. But at least you didn't sit there like a clam and do nothing and sit in your own booth by yourself and cry.
That's true.
Yeah,
It's not me. But here's what I liked. I figured that waiter would team with us and gossip because that's, again,
He
we
did,
talked
and he
about.
came over, he did.
Well, no, he went, no, it's okay. It's okay. No, forget about it. What do you need?
Yeah.
So he wasn't entertaining gossip. And I think it's because he just was like, I got to diffuse this.
Yeah,
And it doesn't matter. So my bad part was me going, I want to like team about what loud twats they were.
It's true.
You know, but I
do
think a
like
lot of
gossip.
it too is I think the big reason people don't change and don't assert themselves is that, first of all, that delusion of nice people don't assert themselves, which is faulty and bullshit and an easy way of opting out of your own life and accepting less than what you deserve. The other one is they think it's a personality trait versus it being just a skill you have to practice.
Yeah.
So no one's born taking the crap they were given. We grow into people who take the crap we're given and go, oh, I can just change that. I can, just like you can enhance, just like you can learn a new language, you can learn this.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed for you even too is
Shut up!
Well-
Oh, sorry. Just being assertive.
your driving. I mean, you're a great driver, but you you assert yourself, but not in like a crazy, like you're not like driving all over the road. At
Oh no, I
100
hate
miles an
aggressive
hour.
driving.
But you're not aggressive.
Nope.
That's not the word. But you are assertive.
100%.
Right. And I am like 60 miles per hour in the right lane, like, oh, sorry, like letting everybody in that comes off an exit.
So you have to work on this.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything.
No, but it's interesting.
I think, in other words, in order for you to feel like more control in your life, and you do exercise control in a lot of areas.
It's true.
You just go, hey, maybe I'll see what it's like to go 70. Maybe I'll see what it's like to let one person in out of two. Instead of I'm a nice guy. Dump. I mean,
I don't deserve to get there on time.
Yeah.
right. I mean, and there are people who are so non-assertive that they don't even do Amazon returns. Like Amazon's big push is we take it back for free. All you have to do is drop it off without a box. I mean, you don't even have to put most of this shit in a box.
Literally, it's the easiest thing on planet
It's
Earth.
my funnest activity.
You go to Whole Foods, they go beep. You're
Yep,
good.
You're good.
That's it.
But I think the fact is, it's a classic, I think, example of people who just don't feel they deserve that money back. And while it could be looked at as lazy, I don't think a lot of that stuff is lazy. I think a lot of that stuff is I don't deserve to have my money taken
There is
back.
an aspect to the laziness.
Well, for you, yeah.
For me, yes. And it's more like the sloth, right? You know, you're just it's a defect. Like I shouldn't, like be this lazy. I should go out and do stuff more.
I didn't know you were the guy who doesn't do Amazon returns, so now
That's
I'm
true,
happy
I
to
am.
hear you own it. I think it's great.
I don't. But you made me do it the other day, and I did it.
Did you actually return
I did
your
do
black
it. Yes,
pants?
yes.
By the way, people, this is how much I assert myself over Bo. I said to him, return those fucking pants because the zipper broke, and
They did
that's
break.
outrageous. Like, to me, it's just outrageous for something to break.
I know.
And it's wrong. And I love calling Amazon on the phone because they hop right on that phone and they talk you through it and just don't even make you send it back. But I said, send back those pants and I will buy you a new pair of pants if you save money because I want you to save money.
I'm saving some cash.
And so I think it's great that you actually did that. But
Yeah.
what's the feeling? Like the feeling I got from moving away from Loud family, the Greek family, was like, oh, I'm taking care of myself and not expecting someone to rescue me. It's the same shit I feel when I don't yell at someone and end run it as, no, that's not right for me.
Yeah.
Or make an Amazon return or kind of apologize to somebody. It's just all a muscle that we have to start working on so that we don't end up I'm a nice guy.
But I think you were right in the beginning when you said that it's an age thing. Because I really think that it's...
I don't know. Some people I know who are young just have better self-esteem because they were raised better.
Well,
I
we
think-
can't all be raised.
No, I don't.
Perfectly.
I don't
No
fucking
argument
know.
there.
No, I don't know very many people, but boy, when you see like someone in their teens,
That was raised correctly. Ugh.
you're like, oh my god, you can actually ask for what you want and not be a doormat.
I used to
Yeah.
hate people like that.
Of course, because it's showing us what we lack, and it's
I
a
used to hate
terrible
people like that.
mirror.
You know, I had a buddy that was like very like had no problem just approaching people and talking to them, and he's like, "Let's go talk to these people." I'm like, "No," and I used to get mad at him.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
used
we
go
have
out,
to
I'd be
do
like,
an
"Leave them
episode
the fuck-
then.
like, why?
Because we
Yeah,
hate
something
the
like that.
good. If
Yeah.
we don't have it, we hate it. We got to do our next episode has to be on hatred of the good because it is true. Because when I'll see somebody who's like really nailing it,
Yeah.
I'm like fucking thinks who the fuck they are.
It's
You
just
know?
me on Instagram with other comics.
Yeah.
Bo catches
Basically
me
all the
this
time.
mother-
But Bo,
Like,
you're
just
hilarious.
unfollow them.
You're hilarious when I'm like, no, if you see someone who's raised right, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not raised like it's like okay,
What's that?
defensive.
My
parents did the best they could.
We're not saying. I mean,
screw
I
these
love
people.
my parents.
Screw
You
these
love your
people.
parents. Nick loves his dad, and he loved his mom. But we will admit that they had shortcomings. They didn't treat themselves as well as they should have,
Yeah.
and that we observe that, and we do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you guys you gotta start fucking speaking up for you. You start asking for what you want, and it's a muscle you will fucking develop. So by the time you're 60, you won't be such little bitches, and you'll be throwing plates right at Greeks' heads.
There we go. That's all we need.
I think we've learned a lot here,
Oh,
folks.
we have. This has been nice.
He's such a liar.
Let's go to Two Boots Pizza.
Oh my God. Carb loading.
Vegan slices.
Ew.
Because I'm lactose.
I hate both of you. Well, we may be back next week. I may assert myself enough to say I'm no longer involved with this tomfoolery and I'm doing it on Zoom.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, right,
lady.
bitch. You know
She's
you
almost
love
done.
it.
She's almost done.
Do our sign off. This time I'm going to cornhole everybody.
Ready,
Do it.
guys?
Okay, wait, no,
Guys.
other hand. Other hand.
I
Love us.
Boop, 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 boop.
Go to
See you next week.
patreon.com. Patreon.com.
Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to Losers with a Dream. We'll see you next week when you got more time to kill. Fucking hate these guys.